Hello everyone and welcome to a channel update, or possibly you might call this a blog or a vlog with a V as in Victor. Anyway, just going to be some ramblings on this topic of space games, because we have this huge Aurora wave sweeping the YouTube nation, where I think it was basically started by Quill18, who is a fantastic YouTube content generator. And since then, the ripple has spread all over the internet. The Aurora has just been exploding in popularity. And I remember that something similar happened back when Galactic Civilization 3 was being released. People were very happy about it. First of all, I'm going to have this going on in the background. What is this? This is my favorite Space 4X game, Distant Worlds Universe. Just briefly, I'm going to give you a taste of the gameplay. So I'm starting at some planet, which is a sand planet, a desert planet, and has actually spawned a sand slug to attack my civilian freighter that moved over. It looks like it's a gas mining ship, so it was probably going to attempt to mine some gas in the system, but this sand slug is defending its own planet. It's pretty cool. I would say that if you don't know anything else about Distant Worlds, you can always just think of it as Aurora with a graphical user interface. So Aurora with a GUI. A pretty good GUI too. So let me just scroll out real fast so I can showcase how crazy awesome Distant Worlds universe is. Yes, we're scrolling out. There's not like a transition to different windows or anything. And here is my gameplay universe. So this is the galaxy which I generated that I'm playing within. And you can see that from the this is a small galaxy, by the way. This is just 6x6 with only 100 stars. One of the smallest gameplay settings you can have. And from the fully zoomed out mode, I can zoom right into any system I want. Maybe this one, maybe let's go to this one. And then we're all the way back down to the system size. And what I like about this in particular is it does, I mean, things are spread out a little bit less than they are in real life, but it does correctly model that most of space is empty, which feels so real. You know, you get into a lot of these games where you lose the emptiness of space. Space is huge. There's lots of videos of like comparing Earth to different things, and you know, the vastness of space is overwhelming. At least to me, I've always found it that way. And not that you feel like this is a vast, overwhelming game world that they generate. This galaxy doesn't feel overwhelming. Well, I mean, the gameplay can from time to time. This is a pretty complex game, just like Aurora. But I just want to I love that aspect of it. And from the user interface of Aurora, which I'm not like a deep, long-time player of Aurora. I myself have only gotten more interested in it with this latest Aurora, hype wave. So I didn't know. I've seen it before. And I think I've even seen a video on it before, and it looked good, but I didn't dive into it. It was kind of like, there's also this really intense zombie game, which is kind of like Project Zomboid, but it's more detail-oriented, It's kind of the same thing. Distant Worlds is my Project Zomboid to whatever that is. I don't know. Let's not get into the zombie stuff, because that's not something this channel is really going to focus on anyway. So here we have our civilian ships traveling along a trade line between Rindeluin and my home system of Troxian. Okay, so the Aurora wave is catching fire, but what I want to do with my channel is something I've been planning to do for a long time, and I actually have a few videos already recorded for it, which is to put up a Distant Worlds tutorial series, and then eventually probably a Distant Worlds Let's Play. Because this is my favorite space game and one of my favorite games of all time. And for those who are interested in Aurora, I think what you're going to find is Aurora to me is awesome because I love min-max stuff. And there's nothing more min-max than a game that is spreadsheets on top of spreadsheets. However, I still think that there might be some advantage to a little bit of a graphical user interface. They have a small one in Aurora, which is nice. It gives you something, but Distant Worlds has sand slugs which can spawn and actually attack your ships, and you can see the ships, and there's a nice background, and there's planets, and there's clickable links to the Galactopedia. I don't know. In my opinion, it's just a little bit, it's slightly less complex because, for example, there's not terraforming of planets. There's a terraforming facility, but it doesn't work the way you think. It just repairs damage. But there's not terraforming of planets, and there's not such a level of detail on ship design. But the ship design is still pretty complex. Let's go to my state ship. Let's pick up a, let's see, have I built any? I built this destroyer here. So I don't know, you can pick your different components. There's energy curves, engine curves, weapons you can choose from. By no means is Distant Worlds Universe an uncomplicated game. Most people still complain it's too complicated, but it's still one step, like one onion layer removed from Aurora. But you put on this pretty outside exterior, and that is helpful for me. I really do appreciate that. The other downside to Distant Worlds Universe, of course, is that it is not free, whereas Aurora is. I mean, this game I think runs you $60 on Steam right now. I got it myself on sale, I think maybe for $40. So you can wait for a Steam sale, or you can wait for some kind of sale on the internet, or go to one of those somewhat sketchy sites which sell you a CD key that you can redeem on Steam. I don't know, whatever you want to do to get the game. I think it's a fantastic game. And I want to draw a little bit of attention away from Aurora to Distant Worlds Universe, because I feel like some people are discovering the genre more than they're just discovering the game Aurora. And you can redirect some of that enthusiasm to a game which may be easier to learn, which is what I think about Distant Worlds. So, that being said, other channel update stuff. I've finally gotten my Hegemony 3 Let's Play series back in track. For those of you who are interested in it, it's totally, don't worry about it, but I had some bug problem issues way back in November, and I finally took the time to resolve them and update, so that one's back. Lastly, I do want to expand some of my content to have more space games, because I love 4X, but I also just love space. One of my favorite games of all time is Escape Velocity, and there's this game, XTRG did recently cover it, if you know him. He has some content on Star Sector, which is a fantastic little game. It kind of reminds me of Escape Velocity. I thought the production of Star Sector was kind of dying out, but they just had a patch a month ago, so it would be very interesting to give that another look. Anyways, stay tuned for more content from about Distant Worlds, and I think that's all I wanted to say. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.